As of March 2021, we've had 3 lockdowns in the UK and compliance has been pretty high. Sure, a few people don't wear masks, some of us meet in secret and pretty much covertly ignore all of it, but there are some things we can't ignore. Shops, gyms, bars, theatres, cinemas, barbers and pretty much everything else has been closed, for most of us anyway, if not for cops, pro footballers, celebs and politicians. Campaigns to reopen, taking their lead from the Italian example, have failed to really get off the ground, and those hardy souls that did open got their full treatment from the police. Who can forget the sight of Merseyside police swinging batons at people for the heinous crime of working out? All the more galling when it transpired that the police themselves are in fact above the law and can still use their own gyms. So why did these campaigns fail? In a word, inertia. Most businesses were closed and having them reopen was always a big ask. They were isolated, vulnerable and easy targets. Is there anyone who doubts there could be another lockdown in the autumn? Regardless of the number of cases some overamped PCR test produces, regardless of how many deaths are misattributed, regardless of how many people take part in stage 3 trials of the Moderna and Pfizer products, there'll be a reason. A new variant of concern, pressure on hospitals, you name it, there'll be some reason. So, we need to find a way of making it clear to the government they can't use lockdowns anymore. This is not an argument about the efficacy of the lockdown. It's just a statement and a political campaign. We're not doing them anymore. You've had a year. The economy, businesses, kids, people's mental health, none of these things can stand any more shutdowns. Any NHS preparation should now be done. In fact, we know it is, as the emergency hospitals are being closed. We also know the vax will have been deployed by then. They will have had the better part of 18 months, and that's all the time we should give them. So, how could such a political campaign gain traction when all others have failed? Simple. We use the benefits of inertia. In June, or whenever they finally release their grip, the default position will be open. Sure, there'll be pointless plexiglass everywhere. My gym will insist I book a slot, and the fun and spontaneity of life will be gone. The really brainless will be jabbed, it'll be 70 degrees. Respiratory illnesses will have all but disappeared in the summer, as they always do, and they'll still be wearing their masks when alone, outdoors. But at least things will be more or less open. And that's how we need to keep them. So, a decent graphic designer creates a logo which says, "Happy to have helped in 3 lockdowns, we aren't doing any more." And these can be displayed in shop windows and in gyms and cinemas and everywhere else you can imagine. Now, this isn't illegal, it's just a political campaign when everything is open, so it's a low barrier to entry. But with signs everywhere, do you think the government could rely on the spineless complicity we saw before? No. It would be one heck of a big ask to get law enforcement to shut down the whole economy again, and that's how we do it. Now, this is a small channel. I need every one of you listening to retweet and forward this message to your friends and contacts. I've contacted several much larger YouTubers to pick up the campaign. If you wanted to do something but been frustrated, now is your chance to join with me in a peaceful and lawful campaign to make sure we aren't subject to house arrest again in the autumn. If you like this, please like, recommend and subscribe, and please spread the message.